Hey Mike, lovely to see you, and may I say, your wife's delicious brownies, which I only ever come here for. So.
Oh, I haven't eaten any. Don't worry, honey.
Excellent.
Hey, Nick, it's always great when you come by. We are showing Sunset Choir, which is our follow-up to Sunset Strings, which did really well for us. We recorded it at United Sudios in Hollywood. It used to be Ocean Way. Ocean Way's across the hall from us, by the way. But this is the same kind of concept. It's a whole lot of variety and alternative kinds of articulations that we did. But with Sunset Choir, as with Sunset Strings, we have the bottom layer and then we also have a top layer. So what I have in the bottom layer is I have a mezzo piano oo and then I have a forte ah, and then we can transition between the two.
That's nice, because it actually sounds like you're morphing the vowel sound, but you crafty beggar.
Thank you for noticing that. This is not just a simple crossfade between two articulations. We put a lot of time. It's basically a sample modeling kind of concept, or maybe what I should say is it's AI, because you're supposed to say everything's AI nowadays.
Yeah.
It's not AI.
There's an A and an I in Realitone, isn't there? So that's fine.
Yeah, not in that order, but actually they are in that order.
Yeah, there you go.
Anyway, we have the two-layer system so you can go between the two, and then we even, oh, you know, I left out the women. So let's put our friends, the ladies, in here. You can hear them. Or they like to sing together because they're all good friends. We've got all the basic vowels. There's O. You can go or.
So these are sort of they're vocal beds rather than phrases in this case, yeah?
Well, you know what? We did include legato in here. This is not available yet. The version that I have right now is kind of a stripped down version. There is legato. There's also polyphonic legato. So as I'm playing these chords, in a more perfect world, it would actually do the legato transitions between the notes. But yeah, it is for a lot of beds, those sorts of applications, pads and whatnot. But
that's nice.
We went another step from that. You can go, actually let's do this. We'll go there, we'll go to our top layer. And we have a lot of alternative kinds of articulations. I'm going to go into evolve. And then in evolve, let's do this E-ya. And what this is the singers on the different notes will be singing E, and they're all doing it at different paces.
Oh, that's nice. Lovely chord, lovely note choice there, Mike, I have to say. Sounds like Taverner.
Yes. So it's the same deal where we do again have the two layers where I could go from this, I could go from the oo. It's got a little tricky with a finger, but.
Oh, that's nice. It's great. There's a big light to show you where you are in the transition as well. That makes a lot of sense. Yeah.
Yes. And also right now, the what we have here, the waveforms. These are actually the waveforms from Sunset Strings. We haven't put the proper waveforms for the choir in here yet. There's another one of these. There's ooh-wah, for instance. If we go up to there.
It's very alive, isn't it? It does create a lot of movement.
Yeah. Here's one, we call this memento. And what this is that we wrote out some various Latin phrases.
and really there's a lot of air and sort of breath in it. It really sort of, it's quite an alive sound.
Yeah, we recorded stuff. Primarily the aim of this, as with Sunset Strings, was mostly in the mezzo piano kind of range. But we also recorded forte for all the vowels and for a lot of the articulations as well. In a similar kind of way, we also have, I mean, there's all kinds of alternative articulations. This is like a mouth padding thing. If you go, or let's see, we've got a nun, 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 where they're all going nun, 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 nun.
So have you got like a special edition with all the cursing in it?
Well, you know, when we did Realivox Blue, you can guess what words everybody typed in for her to sing. Let's see. Oh, here's something else that's interesting. Well, I shouldn't say one thing is interesting. It's all interesting. But this is like a trill. So it's a trill where every once in a while they'll go,
So it just adds a bit. Oh, it's quite Bulgarian, isn't it?
And again, you can do all of this with the, with the mod wheel going between the two layers so that they transition into each other. Let's see. Oh, this is kind of interesting. Chatter. This actually, if you did go.
At this point, the conductor's going, ladies, please, will you focus?
Yes.
So,
I sympathize with conductors in choir settings.
because you were there sort of MDing the whole thing and making it all go as according
I'm sorry.
to. You were there during the sessions, making them, making sure it all went well.
Yes. I was conducting. This, by the way, was 9 days altogether. We did 6 days in November and then 3 days in March. These were 12 to 14-hour days. They were lockout days with an ensemble of 10 women, 10 men. It was a lot of money.
Yeah,
Don't ask me how much it cost to do that.
I won't ask you. I could ask you how much it cost to
Ask
buy,
me how
though.
much it cost to do it.
Yeah, nice transition there.
Just those recordings was 160 grand, and then we're spending a whole pile more. I need you Sonicstate people to buy this so I don't go bankrupt.
Oh, right.
Which, unfortunately, it's not available yet.
Okay.
But when it is, it's going to be amazing.
So is that? I mean, the mic position seems kind of fixed. Is there blending between different mic positions, or is it?
Yes.
Yep.
There's right now what you're hearing is the full mic for this NAMM version. That's all that I have. But we also have close mics, and then we have the far mics, and then you can blend those however it is that you'd want.
And that was so. What's the room sound? I guess the room sound's pretty tasty at Ocean
I'm sorry,
Way. The room sounds great at Ocean Way, right?
Yeah, this is at Ocean Way, which is now called United, which is now closed. We were actually one of the very last sessions that was recorded there.
That's quite sad in a way, but
it's very sad. It's an iconic studio. A ton of great stuff was done there. It's expensive, but
yeah, it sounds great.
They're going to do what they're going to do. I'm going to show you something else here. The other thing, as with Sunset Strings, is we have what are called repetitions. Let's do this ooh, and what this means is that if I play a note, you're going to hear we recorded the singers singing the notes solo. So then they could go ooh. We recorded all of them doing that multiple times, so we'd have round robins. And then when you play this, okay. So then when you play a note, you hear. You're hearing the bounce around the sound field of the different people coming in and out singing that note, and it gives a lot of movement.
Oh, that's lovely.
You can do the same thing maybe with an E. It gives you, this is a this is intended to be a very cinematic sort of library, obviously. The last thing I'm going to show you is, if we come back down to something more normal, we also have, as with Sunset Strings, we have attacks and releases. So if I do, say, this, which is a slow bend.
Nice.
We can do the same thing with a release. Let's see, we'll do a release and we'll go, let's see, we'll do a slow bend. That went up, so this time we'll go down and we'll go down a perfect fourth. There's all the intervals up to an octave, but we're just doing a fourth right now. We have the same kind of thing we can do. Let me turn off our attack for a minute. We have something called scatter. Where are you, scatter? There you are. So pick scatter, and let's do this. And what this does.
Oh, everybody
so
heads
everybody
off.
Go in your own direction for each of the notes. And we have that in reverse, which we call converge. So let's see, we'll go converge, and we'll do a medium converge.
Oh, there's some horror there. That's got to be horror film, right?
Yes, yes. Actually, it reminds me of the TV show Lost. He would do that effect a lot. Michael Giacchino would. Not with choir. I'm getting off on a tangent there. You know what? There's one other thing I want to show you, just because this is fun. I'm going to turn these guys off. There's just a ton that's in this library, which is why it's hard for me to not keep showing more and more things. So there's this rhythmic thing. This is na 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 na. We have a number of other things that they do, including some stuff that's not in here. This is a lot of fun. So with this, with these lights that are right here, you can have them sing whatever pattern you want. I can turn the lights on and off.
Ah, so that's the rhythmic
That's yeah, you determine what the rhythm's going to be. So we'll go.
Yeah.
So that is Sunset Choir.
Nice. And I know it's not there yet. And have you got an ETA and a kind of rough price or any of that kind of stuff?
I looked. We've been working on this for 15 months so far. I would say we're probably 3 months away from finishing. We've done about half of the legatos are finished. There's 3 speeds of the legatos. There's normal legato, then there's the slow bend speed of legato, but there's also a slower slow bend legato. It's a bunch of work. This is an enormous project compared to Sunset Strings. We thought it was going to be the same thing. It's not. It's way bigger.
Well, I'm pleased that you've shown it to us. This is Kontakt based. Does it work in the player, or do you need the full
Yeah, it will be Kontakt Player.
Okay, great. And I guess it's too early to ask for a price.
It is, yeah, because we just can't figure it out.
Okay. Mike, thank you so much. A pleasure as ever.
Yeah, thank you for coming by.